Hey,
Trying to get on.
Hello, and welcome to the crossover, where nothing is out of bounds and everything is fair game. We have a lot to cover with you today, but first, let's check in with the Tunnel Crew. Please give a warm welcome to Stats, MEP, Rooftop, TP, and Big T.
What's happening, everybody? Once again, it is time for At Home with the Crossover. I'm your man, Big T, alongside my tag team partners, the usual cast of characters. We're talking about the Queen, First Lady, Dr. TP is in the house. What's up, TP?
What's going on? Blessings to everyone. Blessings on blessings on blessings.
Blessings on blessings. Then we got our man, the Elon legend, the basketball voice of the show. Talking about none other than Bro Mel is in the house. Bro Mel, what's going on?
Hey, glad to be back on the show, man. God bless everyone.
There you go. Love it. And then we got the man that holds us, keeps us on track in the digital world, make sure we got the buffers. We're going in and out of the break smoothly. We're talking about one of the biggest Eagles fans I know. Birdman is in the house. Bird, what's up?
Blessed and part of God, I'm just 100th episode, man.
Hey, good job, Bird. All right. Then we got the man that brings the ag swag to the show. We're talking about none other than Aggie P. Aggie P, what's up?
hey, I stand corrected, Big T. Aggie Pride is worldwide.
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 That's right. Last week you were correct, but you know what I thought? I thought you were talking about on something you said before the show.
Right. Hey, we're gonna let that ride.
And then we got Radar Charles, the man that keeps us, on track in terms of the timing of the show, making sure we going into the breaks the right time, coming back the right time. Radar, what's up? Radar with the technical difficulties.
Narrow is the way when it's time to play, Big T. That's
There
all I
you
got
go.
to say. Narrow is the way. I'm on P's and Q's tonight.
All right. And then we got Stats is back in the house. Stats is joining us after a long hiatus, man. The man been working. Stats, what's going on?
Hey, everything is good, and baseball's getting hot, just like the weather outside.
Man, the weather has been hot.
Oh, man.
He's off the suspension list.
Yeah. Hey, and listen up, everybody. Together, we are the Tunnel Crew, watching everything that happens inside and outside the tunnel, leading to the lines of competition in the world of sports. And guess what? We got a big deal tonight because the Tunnel Crew has made it to our 100th live episode. This is our 100th time doing this thing live, y'all. Congratulations, everybody. 100 live episodes under our belt, beginning tonight with tonight's show. Man, it's so exciting to be a part of this. It's so exciting. We praise the Lord for it because we couldn't do it without the Lord. We thank him for it. We give him honor and glory for it. And I'm just happy to say we have reached 100 episodes of the Crossover Sports Show, live episode. All right, so we're going to start this episode off. We normally start with the hottest stories in sports. May not be what everybody else is talking about, but it's the things that we want to talk about. And since baseball season is heating up, we're going to turn the stats man loose to talk a little baseball tonight and go ahead and get us up to date on what's going on in the world of baseball. So Stats, have at it, my man.
All right. So the last time I spoke to y'all, the College World Series was going on. NC State had made it. Actually, they had made it as far as the semifinals of the College World Series, and they were one game away, just one, from getting to the national title. And the game got declared a no contest because of COVID. They had over 9 players on the COVID injured list.
Mm-hmm.
But Mississippi State had other ideas. Instead of Vanderbilt winning the national championship, they wanted their own national championship. They had a Titanic 50-win regular season, and they went ahead and they beat Vanderbilt in 3 games, and they dominated them in the last 2, albeit pitching staff-wise. Vanderbilt had a pitcher selected in the MLB draft by the San Francisco Giants, Will Bednar. They're saying he might pitch within 2-3 years in the MLB. Speaking of the Giants, they've been a pleasant surprise for Giants fans, not for myself, but for Giants fans, because they're 80-44. You can't make stuff up in baseball like this. I mean, the Giants were projected to be 3rd, 4th place in the division. The Padres have played poorly. Honestly, they have. Despite Fernando Tatis having an MVP caliber season, they've played poorly. And speaking of the Padres, they're one of those teams that went from in good positioning in June to now they're hitting the panic button just like the Boston Red Sox did. And the Red Sox were 10 games ahead of the New York Yankees. And the New York Yankees said, well, we're only 2 games back at the trade deadline. Let's go get some pieces. Went and got Joey Gallo from the Texas Rangers and Anthony Rizzo, the star slugger from the Cubs, who has World Series experience. And now they're in the playoff spot. And they pushed aside the Red Sox when they came to the Bronx, went ahead and swept them right out the Bronx. So the race has totally flipped itself on its head. Atlanta is now in first place in their division.
Hey, hold on. Let me jump in right quick, Stats. Let me jump in. Atlanta, they had won 9 in a row, right? Is that streak still alive? Is it 10 now?
Atlanta's won 16 out of the last 19 games. So I think that they lost. I believe they lost the night before last night. They won, I believe. No, they lost last night. So last night
they snapped the streak.
Yeah, because the Yankees winning streak extended itself to 10, and the Yankees haven't won 11 straight since 1985. The Braves and Yankees, both playoff teams, they're playing at night down in Atlanta. The Yankees trying to set the record since 85. They haven't won 11 straight. And they've also, just been hitting the ball in the clutch situations, just like the Braves. The Braves, they beat up on the Nationals and some other not great teams like the Marlins, but you beat the teams you're supposed to beat. You get back in the race. The Braves have won 16-19. The Reds actually have the Padres wild card spot now, the second spot, because they beat up on teams like the Pirates and the Marlins. I mean, St. Louis isn't in the playoffs. The Padres aren't in the playoffs because they're not beating these lower tier teams that you're expected to beat. Even in the MLB, you're expected to win a series against a team like that. The Padres are going out there and getting swept by the Rockies. I mean, you can't do that if you expect to make the playoffs.
Hey, I want to jump in one more time. Who's lost 18 in a row? Because there's somebody's lost 18 in a row. Who is that?
Currently, I believe the team with the longest losing streak is probably the Pirates, but they've only lost one in a row. Because I think the Marlins have lost that many games in a row.
Yeah, I was gonna say I heard them talking about somebody.
Yeah, they've lost 8, going on 9 tonight. But the Orioles lost 18 straight, and they're going for 19 straight tonight. And I don't know. The Orioles, they look pretty bad, but they've been scoring. They just haven't been pitching. Yeah. So, those Orioles are in a rebuild stage. We're not really expecting them to make the playoffs. The Mets were expected to make the playoffs. They were in first place in the division. Y'all want to know what place they're in now, guys? Everybody take a guess. Anyone take a guess? What the place the Mets are in? They're in 3rd. Guess how many games they're behind Atlanta?
How many?
They're like 7 games behind Atlanta now for the first spot in the East. So,
hey, the baseball season's so long, man. It flips.
Baseball's 162 for a reason. You got to watch it start to finish. And speaking of things that are happening, the Dodgers got 2 Titanic acquisitions from the Nationals in Trey Turner, star shortstop, World Series experience, Max Scherzer, star shortstop, World Series experience. Oakland Athletics, they also added some pieces. They're on the fringe of the wild card, trying to catch the Red Sox, which might not be that hard because Boston's beating teams like the Rangers yesterday on walk-off grand slams. I mean, you're playing at home against the Rangers. The game shouldn't have to come down to a walk-off grand slam. It just shouldn't. So you look at that, and I worry about the Red Sox. I worry about the A's. I just feel like those 2 teams are on a collision course to play a tiebreaker game of some sort. It's going to be an ugly finish. I don't think either one of them's running away with anything. And I think the Yankees probably are the best team in the American League, believe it or not. The White Sox haven't beaten anybody worth anything this season, except for the Yankees on the Field of Dreams game when they played that a few weeks ago. And that was the best moment they had all season. Yeah. And you look at the teams they're beating, they're not beating anybody worth anything. They got Craig Kimbrell, from the Cubs, and they got a few other guys to help out. Liam Hendricks. They got a really good bullpen, but they look good on paper. Kind of like the Dodgers had a few years ago. Really good on paper, but you know they're going to lose once they go against the toughest of the tough. They're going to just fold. So, I mean, I don't trust the White Sox. Personally, I've said it over and over and over again, and I'm going to keep saying it until it changes. The Dodgers and the Yankees are going to play in the World Series at some point. I'm going to say it. This has to be the season. The Yankees
couldn't even win in the cornfield, could they?
The children of the corn couldn't win.
Right.
Huh?
They got beat in the cornfield.
So teams like, but I'm saying they were hyping up teams like the Phillies earlier in the season and the White Sox, and look at what they're doing. They're not doing anything. The Yankees are hot, the Braves are hot, and the Dodgers are hot. I mean, you go with the hot team this time of year, and I think those are the three best teams with a chance. I mean, that's just what I believe.
I think
and
Tampa
also,
Bay gonna break up the party.
That was spectacular. If you all didn't see the Field of Dreams game, it was spectacular. Walk-off home run by Tim Anderson. The Little League Classic was a few nights ago, and Cal Quantrill shut down the Los Angeles Angels, despite ESPN's best efforts to make Shohei Ohtani do something great.
Yeah.
For the Little Leaguers. It just couldn't happen because the Angels aren't good. So that's baseball for you. There's going to be another game, Field of Dreams game next season, Cubs and Reds. Mm-hmm. Cubs stink right now. This week I saw a play I'm not going to forget. They were playing the Royals, my friend Michael's team from Wichita, Kansas, who I met this summer. Shout out to him. They were very, very, very bad earlier this season. The Cubs and the Royals were kind of, the Royals are better than the Cubs. That should tell you that the Cubs are just terrible now. They traded everybody. They're worse than the worst team in the American League, essentially.
Well,
so, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. They were getting no hits, and they gave up a steal from home in the same inning. I've never seen that before. A double steal, the guy stole home, and they were getting no hit that same inning. The next inning, they broke up the no-hitter, and they hit a walk-off grand slam yesterday, but you're playing the Rockies. It doesn't even matter.
Well, I'm going to say this before we wrap up your baseball segment. I'm proud of you for saving your Dodgers until last, because y'all remember, speaking of this being our 100th show, you remember Stats could never talk any baseball without talking Dodgers.
Hey, I got to give credit where credit's due. Atlanta's playing well. There are other teams playing well. We'll make the playoffs, and we'll do what we need to do when we get there. But I can't make a prediction on us because we're just too up and down right now. We're just up and down. So.
Hey, real quick, what do you think about the kid in the college? I mean, not college. The Little League World Series that's shutting everybody down, pitching wise.
I actually just watched the game, the Texas game against New Jersey. Great game between both pitchers. Both pitchers were just mowing them down. That was the best game I've seen in Little League all season. DeMayo pitched a great game for New Jersey, 4 innings. The cat for Texas pitched about five. Actually pitched 5 innings, and he was shutting them down. But I'll say this. Texas, I don't know about the catching. The girl can hit. She can hit, but her pitch blocking skills is bad. She's going to have to clean that up if they expect to get further. I want them to do well, but she has to clean that up if they're going to get to the championship because California can rake. I watch California play, and they will hit the ball at the ballpark, and they'll score 9-10 runs on you. And just because of mistakes like that, it could be 12.
All right, Stats, we up against the break, man. Thanks for that baseball update, all right? All right, everybody. That's the first break. When we come back, you're going to have more of At Home with the Crossover.
Why so sad when the joy is here? What's the answer? Joy in the morning, the crossover. You can find them all right here on 100.7 WLJF. There's no need to be down when there's plenty of joy to go around. Get your daily dose and turn that frown upside down. Love and Faith Radio, 100.7 WLJF, the joy.
My name is Priscilla Van. I'm with Hometown Insurance Service. I'm an independent insurance agent that specializes in Medicare, senior solutions, life, and health. I work with dozens of companies so that I can offer you the appropriate coverage as well as the affordable price for your insurance needs. If I can help you, please contact me at my website, hometowninsuranceservice.com, or email me at hometown, INSSERVICE or you can find me on Facebook at Hometown Insurance Service. Thank you.
Times are changing. We all have questions about the future. Join us as we find the answers through the Word of God.
Love and Faith Christian Fellowship invites you to join our congregation. One church, 2 locations, Greensboro and Kernersville.
We're helping people on their path to find God as we provide spiritual leadership and growth through diverse ministry.
Celebrating over 25 years of ministry. Join our Love and Faith community where Jesus Christ is Lord and the people are loved.
All right, welcome back to At Home with the Crossover, and we just want to thank Stats for joining us with the baseball update there, the opening segment. Be sure to catch this live at home edition of the Crossover every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. on YouTube, and you can do that by going to the Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel. Be sure to like, share, subscribe once you get there, and then you can also catch the original audio version of the show on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. on WLJFradio.com. You can also catch it on the WLJF app, which is available both on Google Play and in the iTunes store. So check us out every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. on YouTube, Thursday night at 7 p.m., WLJFradio.com. All right, now we turn our attention to the first story of our hot topics, and it's none other than this new college football alliance that was announced. It was announced like a week or so ago. We talked about a little bit on the show, and they said more details will be forthcoming. Well, the ACC, Pac-12, and Big Ten commissioners all had a press conference today, which I hate to laugh, but revealed pretty much there's no contract in place. This thing is not legally binding. It's just 3 conferences coming together, looking each other. This is words they said now, looking each other in the eye, gentleman's agreement, shaking hands, saying that we will not leave, our teams will not leave the conference to join another conference. We will agree to play one another and all of this stuff. And I mean, it's just kind of crazy. And all this is the result of the SEC agreeing to take in Oklahoma and Texas, which we knew it was going to start dominoes falling. And everybody's crucifying the SEC when actually Oklahoma and Texas approached the SEC. And the way I heard it described, people have said, you think the ACC would have turned Oklahoma and Texas down? Do you think the Big Ten would have turned them down? You think the Pac-12? No. If they come knock and you say, well, yeah, come on in. To blame the SEC for this is a little bit crazy, but I'm going to throw it out to the Tunnel Crew. What do y'all think about the new alliance that was announced today? But the fact that it's almost like it's a sham because there's no contract, there's no legally binding. It's just, like they said, a gentleman's agreement, handshake, looked each other in the eye. We trust one another. We're talking about millions of dollars and you're just going by a handshake. I'm throwing it out there. What do y'all think?
Big T, I'll wait to see who gives in first. Somebody go cross the line. I don't know which one, but somebody's going to cross the line.
And I see with that too. That's going to be a big issue for the NCAA. You know, as I look at it, because you're looking at TV deals off in some of those conferences is pretty good. You know. Yeah. And the thing is that, okay, how are you going to regulate? You look at how many teams involved. Yeah. You know, out of those 3 major conferences. It's going to be interesting to see, and then they haven't heard anything, whether it was from the Big 12, was it the Big 12?
Yeah, the Big 12.
They haven't said anything, so they out there floating by themselves, So it's going to be interesting to see what, I think it's good competition, don't get me wrong with that, but just pulling that all together, it's going to be a challenge because of the TV deals that everybody may have,
Yeah. Big T.
Yeah.
All right, so you said this was done with a handshake, right?
And a look in the eye. Hey, we looked them in the eye and shook hands.
So in certain states, and just a little real quick history lesson, in certain states, especially in the state of North Carolina, a legally binding contract is a handshake. in a verbal agreement. So, with it being legally binding, certain states they go by that same rule. So it may be legally binding to depending on where that press conference took place.
Man, a good lawyer would tear that up.
Thank you.
And that's what I was about to do myself. I'm gonna tell you the truth. It's gonna be a he say, she say, unless it's in writing. We all know that millionaires get greedy. They can never have enough. So a lawyer would come in and say, "Oh, well, he said he shook his hand. How do you know I shook his hand?
Yep.
There's no recording. How do you know?" I always tell my students, anybody can sue you, but it doesn't mean they're gonna win.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, and my thing is this. Okay, so you looked him in the eye, you shook the hand, said we got an agreement and everything. There's nothing stopping the SEC from saying, "Hey, Clemson, we're making a lot more money over here than you are in that little stinking alliance. So how about you come over here and join us?" What's gonna stop Clemson from saying, "No, we're not gonna do that. We got to keep our word." We look the man in the eye.
Big T, look at this though. When you got all these potentially power teams in one conference, you're still only going to have one or two that's going to get to the big dance. Yeah. So to me, that's putting pressure on the other ones in your conference to say, "Okay, hey man, I'm never getting to the big dance. So is this conference good for me?" You know? Because when you you bring in Oklahoma and Texas into that mix, that's going to knock some of them other SEC schools out of that running.
That's right.
So that's gonna be something you probably need to look at down the road when it starts looking at the playoffs and how that may go. They may start to drop back and say, "Hold on now, there's too many teams in this conference that I can't compete with."
It's gonna be
and that's gonna bring up a whole nother question because I mean, are they doing it for the money?
Yeah.
You don't care if you win a title?
Right. Yeah. Right.
I mean, this money thing, everything is around this money thing, man. Yeah. It's getting bad, guys. But
here's what was funny. So they said that somebody was asking, okay, well, if it's not about the money and this, that, and the other, then why haven't you brought the rest of the teams from the Big 12, invited, somebody like Kansas to come in and everything and this, that, and they said the Penn State president said, well, it's about academics too. And so I think it was Dan Patrick that said, "Oh, so now all of a sudden it's about academics, It hadn't been about academics until now, but all of a sudden now, because you don't want to take in the Big 12 leftovers, now all of a sudden it's about the academics, giving you a reason to exclude them from coming in, so
right.
That's crazy. Well, hey, we'll see how it works out with the new ACC, Big 10, Pac-12 alliance, with the handshake and the look in the eye. We'll see how that, the look in the eye, we'll see how that works. Moving on, more college football news, actually college sports, but it immediately affects college football. ACC announced new scheduling policies based on COVID-19 related protocols. And they basically said that any team that is unable to play a game due to COVID-related complications will be forced to forfeit a game. They will not be allowed to make it up. They will not be allowed to have a no contest, which means you don't get a win or a loss. It's going to be an L. And your opponent automatically gets a W. Can you imagine? Let's say Carolina is sitting there and they got 5 teams on their schedule that every time they play them, that team has COVID-related complications, so they have to forfeit. So Carolina's sitting there. They've only played one game, and they're sitting there 6-0 due to 5 straight forfeits. That's going to be crazy,
Yeah.
Because you remember last year for COVID, they would let them make it up, or they did everything to try to. They said not this year. Tunnel Crew, your thoughts on this new rule?
I'm gonna tell you the reason why I feel like this has already kind of been in effect, and the reason why is because remember when the men won for A&T, And remember, they didn't get a chance to defend themselves in the championship.
Yeah.
They didn't get a chance to defend themselves. That wasn't right.
Yeah.
So they didn't get to make up that one, but I feel like it was sort of the same.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and we saw in the NCAA tournament, there was one team that had to forfeit, because they said they announced before the tournament started. So it's the same sort of thing like this. They announced before the tournament started, hey, if you got a COVID situation, we're sorry, it's an L. We got to move that other team on because that's big money right there.
Yeah.
We talked about discipline, Big T.
Yeah.
The higher the stakes, the more you got to tighten up.
Yeah.
And with A&T being champions, I would only assume they would know it's going to get real narrow, and you got to be tight. You can't be out tonight. You got to. You can't be hanging out with Radar when Coach Aggie waiting on you on the practice field. Oh, now you got cold because you was out with Radar last night. No, don't put me in it, sir. That's your team.
Yeah,
I just saying
TP.
TP.
Radar, I agree with that. It's going to tighten up a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
With all teams, man, you can imagine, you having a big game, get ready to come up, and you got a few of those jokers, man, paying attention.
Yeah.
It squash your chance of, being that running of the national championship.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, you're taking a big chance if you're not vaccinated or if you're hanging around a bunch of people,
right.
Hey, and you're putting the success of your team at risk. It's definitely something that players and coaches have to think about. COVID has changed everything. We've said that 1,000 times on this. This is our 100th show, and we've probably said it 1,000 times in the last few months. That COVID has changed everything, and you got to think differently now. That's for sure. Moving on, Rasheed Wallace, a local guy, played for the Tar Heels, announced that he is joining Penny Hardaway's staff in Memphis. And for those of you who don't know, Rasheed, he was part of the 2004 Detroit Pistons championship team and was in 2013 an assistant coach on that team with Detroit for 1 year. And then the last 2 years, he's been here in North Carolina in Durham at Durham Jordan High School as the head coach there. And so it looks to me like he's trying to, climb the ranks and put himself in position to do what Penny Hardaway and Juwan Howard and these guys have done, get those head coaching jobs, Hubert Davis, get those head coaching jobs at these big time universities. So he's showing everybody, hey, I'm willing to go, start off small, high school, did that for 2 years, was assistant coach in the pros before that. And now I'm going to Anthony Hardaway's staff, which is big time college basketball. Thoughts on this, Tunnel Crew? And we're going to lead with Bro Mel since he's our college basketball guy. Your thoughts, Bro Mel, on this?
Well, you have to look at it as well. I think Larry Brown is going on that staff too.
Exactly.
So you got another former Tar Heel on that, on that coaching staff. But, Rasheed, I think he'll bring a lot to the game as a big man.
Yeah.
Being able to go in and teach that, the big guys on, what it takes to get to the NBA. But, doing high school, then going to the next level. Because you got to look at Memphis. Memphis is not the, big time Division I, but they, we consider them as being a major team as well. It's because of the conference they're in. But I think that's going to be some good experience for him. Hopefully, if he won't get, into that, he may, look at to get to the NBA as well. So that's another stepping stone. I think guys like that have played in major college and the NBA, they bring a lot of knowledge to the game of these young kids today that don't know what hard work is all about, So I think, he can only help that situation there because the state of Memphis always had great athletes, in basketball.
Yeah.
So, he's not going, he's going to be getting some good players. I'm going to tell you that.
Yeah. Well, and to piggyback on that, according to reports, 10-time All-Star, 2-time NBA champ, NBA Hall of Famer Ray Allen has been hired to coach boys basketball team in Gulliver Prep school in Florida. So once again, these Hall of Fame superstar retired players are landing these jobs, and the future of coaching is going to look a lot different because it's going to be a lot of these young veteran superstars from the past that are coaching these teams. Hey, everybody, be sure to catch this live at-home edition of The Crossover every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. And you can do that by going to the YouTube, Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe once you get there. And then on Thursday nights, catch the audio version of the original Crossover Sports Show at 7 p.m. And you can find that on WLJFradio.com. You can also download the WLJF app, which is available both on Google Play and in the iTunes Store. When we come back, we're going to wrap up our hot topics, and then we'll go to the question of the day.
Why so sad when the joy is here? What's the answer? Joy in the morning, the crossover. You can find them all right here on 100.7 WLJF. There's no need to be down when there's plenty of joy to go around. Get your daily dose and turn that frown upside down. Love and Faith Radio, 100.7 WLJF, the joy.
My name is Priscilla Van. I'm with Hometown Insurance Service. I'm an independent insurance agent that specializes in Medicare, senior solutions, life, and health. I work with dozens of companies so that I can offer you the appropriate coverage as well as the affordable price for your insurance needs. If I can help you, please contact me at my website, hometowninsuranceservice.com, or email me at hometown.inservice, or you can find me on Facebook at Hometown Insurance Service. Thank you.
Times are changing. We all have questions about the future. Join us as we find the answers through the Word of God.
Love and Faith Christian Fellowship invites you to join our congregation. One church, 2 locations, Greensboro and Kernersville.
We're helping people on their path to find God as we provide spiritual leadership and growth through diverse ministry.
Celebrating over 25 years of ministry. Join our Love and Faith community where Jesus Christ is Lord and the people are loved.
100.7 WLJF.
All right, welcome back to At Home with the Crossover. Make sure you catch this live at-home version of the show every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. on YouTube. Go to the Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel. And once you get there, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. That's every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Then on Thursday nights, 7 p.m., be sure to catch the audio version of the original Crossover Sports Show on WLJFradio.com. You can also download the WLJF app, which is available both on Google Play and in the iTunes Store. So catch both versions every week, Tuesday at 7 p.m., Thursday at 7 p.m. All right, real quick, I want to throw these out because we want to have fun with our question today. We want to leave a lot of time. So I'm going to throw these out real quick, and then we're going to move on to wrap up our hot topics. High school football kicked off last Friday night. State champion Grimsley Whirlies won 56-0 without Travis Shaw. And then the Dudley Panthers beat up on Page 18-7. And state champs Mount Tabor took an L in their first game, 56-41. So they starting off the season slow. And then Reedsville won 35-14 in their opener. They're the state champs also. And then over the weekend, the man I just talked about, Travis Shaw, 310-6'5", defensive lineman, committed to North Carolina. He chose Carolina over Georgia, Clemson, and the illustrious A&T Aggies. But hey, it was cool to have them make it to the top 4. So, Aggies, you got something to be proud of there. And so he announced he'll be attending Chapel Hill in the fall. He is the number 1 rated player in the state, the number 4 overall player in a lot of rankings, and the number 2 defensive lineman nationally in a lot of rankings. So I see you shaking your head, Aggie P.
No, don't call me out.
I'm so afraid. Who is it? Who?
Only positive things.
Call him out. Call him out.
Only positive things. Great guy. I wish him the best.
Well, we will see. He and Peyton Page, friend of the show down at Clemson now. He and Peyton Page are good buddies, good friends. They go way back. So a lot of people thought he was going to go to Clemson and join Peyton on that D line, but I said no, I didn't think so. I said I think he wants to be an alpha male. He don't want to be in anybody's shadow, so he wants to go carve his own path down there in Chapel Hill. So congratulations to him. We'll see how he does. Moving on to preseason football, just one story from preseason football. I'm sorry, Bird, I'm gonna take it easy on you. We will mention the Eagles got beat 35-0. We'll go ahead and throw that out there.
Goose egg.
But the story I want to talk about though is the Ravens. They smoked the Panthers 20-3, but it's not that they beat the Panthers 20-3. It's that they came out and posted on their Twitter page bragging that they had won 19 straight preseason games, tying the Vince Lombardi era Packers for the record for 19 straight preseason wins. Who brags about preseason? I know it's a record, but it's preseason.
Right.
Losers.
Right.
Say losers.
Loser.
So we will see if they can break the record this weekend and have it by themselves with 20 straight. You watch, they're going to lose now. They're going to lose now. And so that's pretty much all we want to mention on preseason football. All right, now, this is our 100th episode. Live episode, I should say. 100. I want to make that distinction. 100th live episode. We are so happy. We praise God for that. It is so exciting to say that we've come on this show week after week, 100 episodes. Our question today is this: the Tunnel Crew, your favorite moment since you've been a part of this show. 100 live episodes. I want to hear from the crew. Your favorite moments, or story, whatever. Your favorite thing about us being on this show, 100 live episodes. Have at it.
Before we get started.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. I just want to thank Miss Ann Mitchell, who said, "Good show. Keep up the great teamwork, and blessings to all of you and your family." So we appreciate everybody who is helping us to celebrate our 100th episode.
Yes.
We appreciate everyone who's on YouTube and the radio as well.
Yes.
So we thank you. And just want to say thank you to everybody through Love and Faith.
Yes. Thank you, TP. I forgot about the social media shout outs. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Please forgive me. All right, Tunnel Crew, have at it. Your favorite moments. I see Aggie P just smiling for it. He must have fun.
I think everybody know my favorite moment is when I guaranteed that Alabama was going to beat Clemson for the national championship. I told everybody to write it down because Vegas is no way Clemson is going to beat Alabama.
Yeah.
And Brother Bell, Tunnel Crew let me have it. When Sunshine came out, he lit Alabama up. I mean, it was embarrassing. I didn't even want to come on the show the next week. Everybody was coming at me. But Aggie P, you guaranteed. You said it was no way. I couldn't say anything. That was one time I've been shut up on the broadcast. I had nothing to say. You talking about eating humble pie? That was me.
Hey, and that was the birth of Aggie P. The Alabama, they ain't got no weaknesses at any level.
That's what I said. It's no weaknesses. I didn't see it during regular season. I mean, that was my favorite time, man. I mean, if you guys let me have it, and I couldn't say anything. I mean, but you would never get me to guarantee a win. I would do my picks and move on.
Oh man,
anything can happen. Wow.
Hey, the producer said with stats guaranteed Ohio State, and he did. You remember that was the birth of what was that he said? I guarantee, you know.
Yeah.
And so Rooftop kept
It's
picking
gonna
on,
be a blowout.
Yeah, it's gonna be a blowout. That's it. That's what he said. It's gonna be a blowout.
Learn your lessons. Do not guarantee, guys. I'm telling you.
It's gonna be a blowout.
And bro, Mel, you remember when that kid got on the bus with some shoes they knew they shouldn't have came out the house with? And everybody on the bus was waiting on them to get on the bus. Still in the studio. Oh, bro, Mel, all the time we had that night. I laughed till I was hoarse. I never laughed till I was hoarse.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Hey, who's next? Birdman, you got something?
First off, I would like to say my favorite moment is just when I first came on to the show and being a part of you guys. Outside closed doors, my opinions were not valued in sports and in any other things. But as for a mildly autistic person like myself, I feel comfortable around you guys, and I sacrificed a lot. And I know y'all held it down before I got onto the scene. So it's kind of like, I appreciate y'all for what y'all doing, you know, taking me in and letting me have a home here with y'all. So that's my favorite moment.
Hey, you're making me cry, Bird. You're making a grown man cry. No, man, appreciate that, Bird. Appreciate that, man. Hey, ever since you've joined the show, day one, you've done an excellent job, man. So keep up the good work, and hey, keep coming out that shell, man. You know,
yes, sir.
Keep being you. Give us a Bird call since the last couple of times it's been.
I don't know, because I got to get up close. That computer be messing up, you know.
Let it rip. Let it rip.
There you go. There you go.
That's it.
Hey, who's next?
Roman.
All right, I just want to appreciate everybody just welcoming me, you know, to the team.
Yeah.
And I just felt, you know, at ease, felt myself, you know, just being a part of, you know, of this great, not only church, but great, you know, group of men and women who love the Lord, but also love sports as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's just where I stand. I enjoy it every time I have a chance to come on. I just, you know, have a good time, and just being able, you know, where it says iron sharpen iron, and just being able to, you know, hear what others has to say about, you know, I love sports, all types of sports. I like hockey, whatever, you know, it just helped me to pass my times when I was a lot younger. So I just appreciate everybody love, you know, just being able to come on when I'm able to come on. So I just thank everybody.
Yeah, that's all right. Radar Charles, I know you got something.
You know, my favorite moment is when Aggie P came in there all shy the first night. I don't want to say much. But he said it like in his little Michael Jackson voice. I don't want to say too much.
Come on, Radar.
I said, okay. Boy, me and Percy lit into Eli Manning. He said, okay, man. I ain't gonna talk about my boy too much now. I ain't gonna do it now. And I said, we might have to chop block him. He kind of big. We lost it. The whole studio, we lost it for like 5 minutes straight.
Yeah.
Man, and that just like, it was just like from there on, everybody who came in was just hitting the ground running and just filling in.
Yeah.
Because there was always an opening. So my favorite part is to see the growth in Aggie P, TP, especially Birdman. Birdman gave it to me the other week. Did you hear him? I'm so tired of hearing the Giannis. He can't shoot free throws. I mean, he rallied it off on me. I just sat back. So I said, I love the growth. I said, I never thought he would give it to me like that.
Oh yeah. Well, and the producer, he just threw another one out because Rooftop is not here tonight, but Rooftop is a big part. He's part of the original three, and he has coined a lot of phrases like tippy toes, Mello, you know, talk about Carmelo with the tippy toes. And then Dart Man talking about Cam Newton gonna throw them darts, you know, he gonna throw them darts. And what was the other says? A lame duck can't fly, you know. And you can't. What was the one about the dog? You can't teach an old dog new tricks or something. You know, he had so many.
Yeah.
He had so many.
So yeah, there have been so many things that Roof has brought to the show. The Roof is in the house, you know. And so we hey Roof, if you're listening, man, we appreciate you, man. We glad you came on last week. TP, you got something?
Well, yeah, I have a whole bunch of stuff. Well, let me just say this. One of the things that I don't know if people know, but before the show was actually started, I had a conversation with one of our congregation members, Smalls. And I'm sure a lot of y'all know Smalls.
Yep.
Now, I remember it was a year before when we were talking, and it might even been 6 months before. We happened to be talking in the hallway. And Sister Linda came up, and I really didn't know who Sister Linda was. And the next thing you know, people were coming, just a couple of people, and we were talking sports. I was telling him about LeBron, and he knew I used to work in the NBA, and we tried to do some stuff with the Tylers. And I said that because I don't know if that was a spark to be where we are now, but I just remember that was just a great conversation. And then to see us here, to see everybody here has a show, the show has really grown.
Yeah.
And like you said, it was 3 of us. It actually started with me, Big T, and Rooftop.
Well, and I'm sorry, Radar. It's really 4. You know, as far as the on-air voices, you know, it was because Radar, when we first started, wasn't as vocal. You know, he was doing more of the technical stuff, but over time he started to become more of a voice. So I'm sorry, Radar. I didn't mean to cut you. The original 4.
Well, Radar call me shy.
Radar, you remember.
You hide behind the board. If you want to call Aggie P shy. Okay.
Say hide behind the board.
Right.
Hide behind the board.
Don't do it, Aggie P. Don't do it. Hey, bro, man. He said, I don't know if I want to say anything.
I don't remember that, man.
But see, Radar actually came the second or third show.
That's right.
Radar actually came the second or third show. So the first show, at that time when I came in, it was you. All you did was ask a question. And we had not even started talking. You asked a question. Yep. And the next thing you know, the 3 of us talked for 2.5 hours.
Yep.
And Sister Linda ran out and got Brother Percy and said, "You need to come in here and start recording this. This might happen." And I'm telling you, from then it took off. And I think from then I could see the window in Sister Linda. I could see it in Brother Percy. And really, that's how we started. That's really, I think, how we started with our name.
Yeah.
So it's just really good to see how we have come from all of that to where we are now.
Well, because we're running out of time, I'm gonna throw out mine. You know, it's the birth of Flamingo Tea. You know, Aggie P was the one that gave me the name Flamingo Tea, and it was in particular, it was because of the horse racing. You know, so everybody knows we do picks and everything, and I'm the one that looks for the games or the sporting events, and just to have some fun and trip the tunnel crew up, I threw some horse racing in there, and Aggie P was like, "Oh, Flamingo T." So, you know, every now and then the nickname Flamingo T would be tossed around. For those who, if you ever hear it in the future, if you don't know what it's talking about or where, that's the origin of it. It's because of the horse racing. And we still do horse racing to this day.
That's appropriate. Yeah.
And hey, our producer threw up there, don't forget the holiday shows. Awesome. Yeah, we did a Thanksgiving show where we did a tournament and we picked all the best Thanksgiving food. I don't even remember what won.
Cranberry, I believe. Cranberry,
yeah. So we did the whole tournament with the Thanksgiving food. We've done a Christmas show. We talked about your favorite gift that you got for Christmas as a kid. We did a 4th of July show, so yeah, we've had a lot of fun. So, hey, for all of you listeners, all of you fans, we really appreciate your support. We thank you for your prayers. And we just want to say 100 down, 100 more to go. And we just want to thank you. Be sure to join us every Tuesday night, 7 p.m. for this live at home edition of the show. You can do that on YouTube. You can go to the Love and Faith Radio YouTube channel. Once you get there, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Tell all your friends about it. Then you can find us on our original day and time for the original audio version of the show on 100.7 WLJF Radio, and that's at WLJFradio.com. And you can also download the 100.7 WLJF app, and it's available both on Google Play and in the iTunes store. Man, this show has flown by, y'all. Can't believe how fast it's gone. When we come back, it's time for the wrap-up.
Why so sad when the joy is here? What's the answer? Joy in the morning, the crossover. You can find them all right here on 100.7 WLJF. There's no need to be down when there's plenty of joy to go around. Get your daily dose and turn that frown upside down. Love and Faith Radio, 100.7 WLJF, the joy.
My name is Priscilla Van. I'm with Hometown Insurance Service. I'm an independent insurance agent that specializes in Medicare, senior solutions, life, and health. I work with dozens of companies so that I can offer you the appropriate coverage as well as the affordable price for your insurance needs. If I can help you, please contact me at my website, hometowninsuranceservice.com, or email me at hometown.inservice, or you can find me on Facebook at Hometown Insurance Service. Thank you.
Times are changing. We all have questions about the future. Join us as we find the answers through the Word of God.
Love and Faith Christian Fellowship invites you to join our congregation. One church, 2 locations, Greensboro and Kernersville.
We're helping people on their path to find God as we provide spiritual leadership and growth through diverse ministry.
Celebrating over 25 years of ministry. Join our Love and Faith community where Jesus Christ is Lord and the people are loved.
It's time now for the crossover wrap-up report. Let's send it back to the Tunnel Crew.
All right, welcome back to At Home with the Crossover. Real quick story, J.R. Smith, it's official. The NCAA has officially cleared him to play golf at the illustrious A&T State University. So he is now an Aggie on the golf team. So there you go. Congratulations, J.R. Smith. Coach Watkins, look forward to following his journey. All right, it's time for our picks and standings and all that stuff. Last week, Aggie P, Stats, and TP led the way. They all went 3-1. Congratulations, y'all. Me, Birdman, and Orangeman went 2-2. And Radar and Bromel went 1-3. Look at Radar. All right, let's get to, the standings look like this. I'm in first place with 110 wins. Aggie P's 98 wins. Birdman 97 wins. Radar 93 wins. Stats 91 wins. TP 88 wins. Bromel 79 wins. And Orangeman 37 wins. Yep, Aggie P, you in second place, man.
Yeah, here we go again.
And we heading into football season where he dominates. So get ready. All right, our picks for
I
this
know who
week.
picks I'm a copy.
No, don't do that. That's nothing's guaranteed. Remember?
Hey, our picks for this week look like this: Nebraska at Illinois in college football, Hawaii at UCLA in college football, the Steelers at the Panthers in preseason football, WNBA, the Las Vegas Aces at the Connecticut Sun, and Major League Baseball. We got a 4-game series between the Yankees and A's starting Thursday night. And you had to pick your winner in a 4-zip sweep, 3-1 win, or a 2-2 split between the two teams. And we're going to go ahead and start with TP, the queen.
So I have the Yankees, Steelers, UCLA, and Connecticut with a 2-2 split.
Okay, yep. Yankees 2-2 split with the A's. All right, let's jump to Birdman.
All right, my Yankees split 2-2. Panthers, Illinois, and UCLA.
All right, Bromel.
Yes, Yankees 3-1, Panthers, UCLA, and Connecticut.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and read stats here. He took a 2-2 split, took the Steelers over the Panthers, Illinois, and UCLA in college football. Radar.
I got a 2-2 split with New York winning, Panthers over the Ravens, Illinois, and UCLA.
All right, Aggie P.
No baseball for me. Steelers, Illinois, Hawaii, and Connecticut.
All right. And I took Illinois, UCLA in college football. I took the Panthers over the Steelers, and I took the Las Vegas Aces in the WNBA. All right, time for shout outs. We only got about 2 minutes left, so let's do it quick.
Wow, shout out.
Radar.
Shout out to Rooftop on the 100th episode of our live podcast. Shout out to Rooftop and the Crossover crew.
All right. Next.
Shout out to my son Joshua Palmer, number 3 in his junior class.
There you go. All right. Next.
Shout out to everybody for their first day, whether it's school, whether it's work. Shout out.
Shout out. Birdman.
Shout out to each and every one of us. It's our 100th episode.
There you go. Bromel.
Yeah, shout out to Travis Shaw, man. The kid came through my program, and from him being a 9-year-old until where he's at now, I'm proud of him.
Yeah.
And the accomplishments he has done, and the hard work that the young man put in.
Awesome. Hey, my shout out goes to Tua. He went 16 out of 23 for 183 yards, 1 touchdown, no picks, and a 37-17 win over Atlanta. Congratulations, Tua. All them haters out there, prove them wrong this year, my man. All right, hey, y'all, 100 episode. Hey, on our way out the door, anybody want to thank anybody, want to say anything as we get ready to head out of here?
Just love everybody's support. Keep supporting the crossover.
Hey, praise the Lord. That's what I want to leave you with. Jesus is Lord. And put your faith and trust in him no matter what. He'll take care of you. He will take care of you. For the Queen.
Blessings.
For Aggie P.
No weapon.
For Radar.
Narrow is the way.
For Bromel.
Praise the Lord.
For Birdman.
They shall mount up with wings.
There you go. I'm your man, Big T, signing off and saying, no matter where you are, look up and know that your creator's there. Until next time, see ya. And we might want to be ya on 101.
Maybe, sorta, kinda.
That's all we have for you today. So be sure to join us next week for the crossover. And remember, the Tunnel Crew don't play unless we have something to say.